Your name?
King.
Where you from?
Jersey City, New Jersey.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A basketball player.
Juvenile Justice Committee will have you believe that black children are better than white or Hispanic children, but we all know that every child is a product of their environment. So in other words, a child will survive with whatever tools are provided for them to survive with. If you give him a book, he will survive with a book. If you give him a basketball, he will survive with a basketball. But on the other hand, if you give him a gun, he will survive with a gun.
What do you have to lose? You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. 58% of your youth is unemployed. What the hell do you have to lose?
Reporting live from the other side of America. Mama let me sip the 40. I was just a shorty. Damn. Then I started spitting garlic, and they said record me. Man. I feel like this shit was for me. This shit just my story. Facts. Yeah. Jump out the porch. I got a porch, no take it back. I'm on the block with the killers and holding my own, of course. Yeah. I see my mom and dad separate, ain't talking divorce. Said daddy was living by the fire and he died by the torch. I'm where the AKs is. We like the baby kids. Ain't ever daddy, I listen to suckers the same way that Ray did. I'm telling Smithers and HKs and I just was a grade A kid. Ain't on no guy and we grew up with hitters and did everything they said. Point out the block, we spinning that. Running the spot, we getting that. Give us some work, we flipping that. I'm hitting from jet, I ain't hitting back. I need a lawyer, money for commissary, and nobody ain't sending that. I'm in my cell, like when I get out, I'm making a movie, no Cinemax. Whoo, yeah. Back home and I'm fresh on bail. Phone chirping, it was next to tail. Block popping, it was extra cell. Big dog, they ain't showing remorse. I was begging just to catch a cell. Same block, we was going to war. I was praying I ain't catch a shell. Yeah, ooh. We ain't starving for 1,000 nights. Living like we trying to die tonight. Glock 40 sound like dynamite. I was fucking up my car money. Selling soap like it's China white. OG said you fucking a block up. I was mad, I was trying to fight. Nigga, we home. Mommy at work, daddy he dead. Nigga, we home. Stomach growling like an AMG. Going to bed, we home. Uzi on me, all my friends are dead. Nigga, we home. Reporting live from the other side of America. Reporting live from the other side. Same corner where my brothers died. Living like we ain't got care. Told my mama I ain't dying here. 40 on me, I ain't buying beer. Ain't have a wheel, now I'm flying Lear. Bunch of fellas on the jet with me. Make a movie like it's current air. Started off in the basement, now it's rooftops in LeBron air. Still fighting over cases. I don't bail, nigga, but it's my year. Summertime, it get cold out. Heater on me like a mind clear. Closet bigger than my old house. Thinking about it, I was fine there. Came in the dirt. Dedicated, I was making it work. Medicated, I was taking them perks. Devastated when my niggas got murked. Educated, had to get to it first. I knew trapping it'd get me in jail. Playing with pistols, it'd give me a hearse. But I ain't give a fuck. Send me to church. Woo. Yeah, they gotta catch me in traffic. I ain't with none of this ratchet. I been trying to run from these caskets. All of this pain, but then me, nigga, you don't want none of this action. Go get some money and feed your fam, cause this is a fucking disaster. Yeah, ooh. We ain't starving for 1,000 nights. Living like we trying to die tonight. Glock 40 sound like dynamite. I was fucking up my car money. Selling soap like it's China white. OG said you fucking a block up. I was mad, I was trying to fight. Nigga, we home. Mommy at work, daddy he dead. Nigga, we home. Stomach growling like an AMG. Going to bed, we home. Uzi on me, all my friends are dead. Nigga, we home. Reporting live from the other side of America.
I always dreamed too of being like on like CNN and being able to express myself and speak for like the voiceless young men of America. The first step I would say, I grew up in America in a ruthless neighborhood where we're not protected by police. We grow up in ruthless environments. We grow up around murder. You see murder. You see 7 people die a week. I think you would probably carry a gun yourself. Would you?
Yeah, I probably would.
My name Barlow, you know what I mean? A lot of people that know me, they call me Monty. If you know, other than that, Barlow, that's my little rap name and shit.
Alright. My first question for you today is, how was life for you growing up in Jersey City?
Well, growing up in Jersey City, it was fun, like, for the most part. Like, so I hit, like, my teens. That's when a lot of stuff started getting real serious. Like, growing up, I had a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. We ain't had social media. We ain't have nothing. So, like, meeting people was different. Like, everything was just different. Like, now it's a little rough. As I got older, it got real rough. Things got more dangerous in the city. So, like, growing up, I was cool.
Okay. Next question is, have you ever been to prison?
Yeah, I've been in prison. I did 39 months altogether for drugs.
Okay. So how did you adapt to it? Like, how did you adapt, and what did you learn from your jail or your prison experience?
Honestly speaking, like I feel like I was already adapted to it by watching a lot of my friends go to jail and coming back. I was like one of the last of the Mohicans. Like, so when I finally got caught up, and it was just like my time. So I already was, my mind state was different. So going into that shit, I was like kind of, it's fucked up, but I was kind of cool with it. So I dealt with that shit like any other man supposed to deal with it. Because once you in there, you gotta hold your shit down. You know what I mean? Not just adapt into the environment.
Okay. My next question for you is, in the state of New Jersey recently, they started a bail reform system where you usually could pop bail, meaning, you go pay your bail, you get a bail's bondsman, get some co-signers, you come home. You could come home that same night. However, now you get locked up, you might got to sit 2 days before you see a judge. How you feel about that?
Well, for the first part, that shit was like, I was kind of mixy with it, you know what I mean? Like, I was kind of happy because I seen a lot of people going in and coming home instantly from guns and all types of shit that normally was, though, you'll be held on bond, or they won't just give you no bail at all. So, but what I started noticing was they letting you go for shootings and shit like that, and then it's a recurring door. Like, you keep doing that, and niggas don't know that shit is adding on to your motherfucking sentence. Like, you get caught with a gun, then they release you, then you end up getting caught with drugs, they release you, that shit is just piling on. So by the time they really hold you, you facing damn near 8 to 10 years on some goofy shit. So that shit is wishy-washy with me. Like,
Okay. All right, my next question for you is, how do you feel about gang members snitching on each other?
Snitching, you're not supposed to snitch, period. I feel like if you ain't no regular citizen, snitching is not called for at all. You know what I mean? Like, especially gang members. That shit is out. No gang members supposed to be into that type of shit. Whether it's gang members, whether it's family, friends, all that shit is out. Like, I'm not with none of that shit. Especially gang members. If you sign up to be in a gang, you already know what you out here doing and the type of shit you running around doing. So for you to snitch on a nigga, knowing y'all was out here doing the same shit, and 9 times out of 10 niggas that snitching be the motherfuckers the cause of a lot of shit that goes on. Like, so I'm not with that shit 100%. Like, that shit is out the window.
I understand. Okay, so I go into this question. How do you feel about the shirt of First 48?
I hate that shit. I don't even watch it. I think I watched that shit like growing up because it was entertaining and like not really fully understanding what was that shit about. But like watching it, like everybody on there tell, and I'm not really with that shit. Like recently, I just lost a cousin to that type of shit. You know what I mean? Running around doing what he doing, holding up this street shit, and end up getting life. You know what I mean? Behind niggas running their fucking mouth like girls. You know what I mean? So that's another part of it. I don't watch none of that shit involves snitching. I'm not really too fond of that shit. That show is bullshit. Everybody on there tell. This is a waste of show, man. I'm not with that shit at all.
My last question for you is, will you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I honestly see myself very wealthy. I mean, if I really stay on track with this rap stuff, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm gonna be somewhere for far. You know what I mean? For the most part, I got a great support system, like people that support me. It's just really up to me. Like, once I really take it serious, I feel like I can go a lot of places. So that's why I see myself somewhere big, taking the family out of here.
Okay. Would you like to give out any shout outs? Anybody want?
Listen, man, I just want to say, free the family, man. Free the real ones, you know what I mean? Rest in peace to the real ones, man. I love y'all, miss y'all, man. And that's all, man. For real, for real.
All right. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Petit Jones. Most of my friends know me as Taz. I'm from Rutgers Ave, Jersey City, New Jersey.
Okay. My first question for you is, how was life growing up for you in Jersey City?
It was rough and different because growing up on Rutgers is, when I moved on Rutgers in 01, Rutgers wasn't really developed. So then I was going to Lincoln, so I was surrounded by sellout clubs, Monticello, all established gangs and stuff like that. And trying to start a gang in high school and play sports wasn't easy. Then when you realize like you got an opportunity to play sports and be good at it and then still try to live the street life, you be torn between the two, so it was kind of difficult.
My next question for you is, have you ever been to prison?
Yeah, I caught a fed case in 2015 for possession of crack cocaine, and possession of heroin.
Okay. What was that like for you? Because I know that the federal system is way different than the state system. So I'm pretty sure you had friends that went to jail, but more than went to state and not federal. So how was that experience for you?
It was real rough for me because I got locked up and it was 7 hours away, so I really didn't get no business at first. But I had a decent support system at that time, but I was always in the mountains, and then it was like, nobody knew me, so everything I could have ever did, my reputation, my name, everything I stood for, I started fresh. So I had no choice but to learn how to be a man. I had to learn how to jail because nobody could actually teach me how to jail that way. Like, it's just a different type of jail. And it kind of made me a better person, like get my priorities together, my responsibilities, and just know how to like conduct myself in a respectable manner.
My next question for you is, how do you feel about the jail reform system that they started in the state of New Jersey?
I feel like depending on your background, it helps who it helps, because I've seen people that had attempted murders get released, and I've seen people that had gun charges, possession, not even a shooting, don't get released. So I guess it all depends on your crime and your background. It's like, it's 50-50. It's not really, it helps some people and it harms some people. Because if I never been in trouble before, but I got money, I can't even post a bail, and I'm stuck in jail until a judge feel like it's time for me to be released or to go to court. So I feel like it's 50-50.
Okay. My next question for you is, how do you feel about gang members snitching? Now, back in the day, the rule was no snitching. There was certain things that you was allowed to do in the streets and certain things you wasn't. However, now we're in 2020, and it is many people that are in jail due to their friends telling on them. How do you feel about that?
I feel like no matter what you're doing, when you're in the streets, you should not tell. If you can't handle the crime you're doing, you shouldn't do it. And I feel like one thing I heard Trump say, I wasn't sure if it was accurate, that if you cooperate, you shouldn't get time off. I feel like that'll change a lot of that. I feel like a lot of people are getting soft because, I don't know why, but I feel like when you interact with an informant, you do something to an informant, that's his own separate charge. So a lot of people just wanted to be like, and stay away from them. Some people even still interact with people, so it ain't the same like back in the day. A lot of codes, a lot of morals aren't the same. People don't stand on nothing, so you just gotta watch your surroundings. If you're gonna do a crime, try to do it by yourself.
Agree. My next question for you is, what do you think about the show, The First 48? That show, you know, do you feel it's true? Do you feel like some of the cases is like it's just for TV, or do you think like it's real? It's really how guys are when they get in that room?
I've been in the room. I've been in the room down homicide before, so I could see like if you're not strong, you ain't been coached, and nothing like that, the wrong thing can get you put in handcuffs. So I definitely believe the show is real to an extent, but it still has to entertain for views. So I definitely believe that it's true. But you can learn a lot from the show, whether it's real or fake, to is that if somebody doesn't tell, a lot of people would be free. A lot of people, it wouldn't be no First 48. First 48 is not even off the title of the name. First 48 hours they can find somebody. Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of them, the first 48, they don't have nothing. Then a unanimous call comes, somebody tell them they seen this person, and then there's an arrest. So it's just crazy. Like, just trying to stay. If you're gonna do a crime, do it by yourself, because that leads. There's always somebody cooperating. That leads to most arrests.
My last question for you is, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I'm a business owner. I own the enterprise. I do a lot of stuff with the kids. So I feel like the next 5 years I'm going to expand on that and business name is just gonna keep expanding on more entities. As far as now, I'm doing a party rental, then the hot dog trucks and the Italian icy trucks and sandwich spots and stuff like that. Anything that I could think about, I'm just gonna keep expanding, just keep being a businessman, keep investing money and making money to where that, like when I'm right here getting interviewed, I'm still making money. That's all.
Would you like to give any shout outs out?
I'd like to give a shout out to a lot of people in Jersey City that's had the same mindset as me, doing good. A lot of clothes are being made, sheep clothing. Mr. Corey is doing something, Quasia's doing something. Gilmore. There's a lot of people in Jersey City that's just actually like doing stuff for the kids and trying to make Jersey City great again. And we all come together. Jersey City will be, if not its best, if it wasn't the best, it would be its best now. We all have the same mindset, putting the kids first.
Thank you.
I remember the times it was hard times. We was in the dark for a long time. Now we shining cause it's our time, cause it's our time. Yeah, yeah. Remember the times it was hard times. We was in the dark for a long time. Now we shining cause it's our time, cause it's our time. Yeah, yeah. Remember the times it was hard times. We was in the dark for a long time. Now we shining cause it's our time, cause it's our time. Yeah, yeah. Remember the times it was hard times. We was in the dark for a long time. Now we shining cause it's our time, cause it's our time. Yeah, yeah. Missing my dogs, no, no, my dogs, yeah. I'm missing my dogs, oh no, 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 no. I told duty, I'ma get it, got us one day. Got a foreign car, private jets on one way. Gotta get us on right up for this one way. When that gun play, all up on this one way. I lost my dogs, yeah, the dogs, yeah, the ball, yeah. I lost my dogs, yeah, then we need some dogs, yeah. Them I miss my dogs, yeah, my dogs, yeah. Them I miss some ball, yeah.
Go.
Cashed out for Wilkinson, 1600, Whiskeyville, Kimmy Block, feel what I'm saying, Harlem, OGM, regular shit. Got my brothers in with me.
Goat, Wilkinson, Ocean, OGM 005.
$2, 41st side, Ocean Drive.
So I know the vibes, man.
All right. My first question for you guys is, how was life growing up for you in Jersey City?
How was life growing up in Jersey City? It was good when we was young. Now everything's just crazy now. But that's regular life stuff. Growing up in Jersey City.
Life growing up for me was like fun, like, you know, everything. Like, I had all my friends, I had stuff to do. I was, you know, we had basketball games, football, this. We had, like, life was everything. Like, it wasn't the best of life, you know, but we was blessed with life, period. So it was like, we made the best of it, like, but
it was alright growing up.
Life was like,
we had
life in Jersey
open
City
gym.
Was fun, like, you know, we
Flash was out there.
Had
the
no more
sports for
activities
everybody.
now.
Yeah, it was more activities back then for everybody. Like.
Okay. What was your goal as a kid versus your goal now as an adult? You guys seen so much. So what's the difference now from being a kid? You wanted to probably be a cop or a doctor, a lawyer, you know, that's the dream. But now life happened. You've seen some real things.
When I was a kid, I ain't want to be no cop. I ain't want to be no hard, none of that. I don't know how harsh this gonna sound like, and I don't even want to sound like I don't got no heart, no nothing, like. But growing up, like, as time went on, like, at first, you know, the typical dream of sports. But, you know, sooner or later, I figured out that wasn't for me. Like, I never really made the teams. Never really made the teams with the sports. So that really kind of ain't worked for me. Life was getting...
No, go ahead. It's still going. It's still playing.
Oh,
it's on the camera, that's why.
Oh, all right. Life was like... Oh, we gotta start over. We gotta start over. Hold on. All right. Let me know when you're ready to start over.
Go ahead. It's on the camera. It's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going.
What's the question? Ask the question again.
Yeah, all that's gonna get edited.
Yeah, ask the question again.
What was your goal for you as a kid
versus now. When you was a kid, you wanted to be a lawyer or a doctor or a cop. Now, it's like, you know, you seen real life, you seen real things.
My goal for me, like, as of when I was a kid, I don't want to seem like I'm heartless or like I'm just like some savage, wild kid, or I just didn't have no manners, no, you know, but like, when I was a kid, first it was the typical dream of just football, sports, any type of sports, you going to the NFL, NBA, like, as life started going on, my goals became like, I got stuck, so it was like my goal became to be like some type of boss in the streets, like a killer, just everything that you shouldn't be. But this just like growing up in the hood made me feel like I couldn't play no sports or nothing. Like versus now, like my goals, I done seen so much, been through so much, and I done found out, and I know that that's not the way to go. Now I'm just thinking about taking over the world. Like far as like instead of me pursuing them thoughts and going that way, and picking up a gun and taking people's life, you know, I just picked up a mic to express what I seen, express what I feel, express what I go through. So now it's like my goal is just to take over the world with my brothers and like and live how we want and make life how we want and what I see life as.
Okay. When did you start rapping? What made you make that turn? Because like you said, you was in the streets. You was, you know.
I had my daughter kind of young, you know what I'm saying, kind of young, about 15, 16. So I wasn't even going to be rapping at first. That's the crazy thing. I had my friends, like, I'm like, all right, we got to do something. Like, I got a daughter now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got somebody that I got to make proud now. Like, I want to, you know, I want to do everything that somebody didn't get to do for me, you know what I'm saying? To make everything different. And so I'm like, all right, this is what we going to do. Like, I started seeing their talent. I started seeing my boy JB. He had came to me with this rap one day, and I'm like, I bet. Then my boy Toes, Tommy, feel me? We used to call him Toes at the time. He came to me with a rap. So now we just like, I was just gonna start a whole group. Like, long story short, we started this big movement, feel me? It was just a small movement then, it's called MBF. I was the manager. I wasn't even rapping yet. I was the manager. I was managing them. It was G's, Too Cool, Tommy, Bub, Flaka, Damo, Lalo Sav, and it was just me, feel me? Free the guys, RIP the guys, man. But it was just that, you know what I'm saying? At first we was just managing. I was managing, I wasn't even thinking about rapping, but I always would say like, I'm gonna put out one hard mixtape and I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna put out one hard mixtape and I'm gonna quit. Like, I'm gonna just drop that shit on niggas, you feel me? So then, as time went on, you know what I'm saying? We started engaging in the streets more. You know what I'm saying? Things started changing. Life started changing. Some went deep in the streets. Some went away to get their life together. So the group basically like fell apart. And I'm just sitting here stuck like, damn, I got a daughter. I've been chasing this dream down. You know what I'm saying? Investing all this money. I'm doing this, I'm doing that for all these people. And it's like, damn, now it's like, what I'm going to do? Because I don't got no artists no more. So like, who the fuck going to let me manage them? They let me do that because they my friends. You feel me? Like, who the fuck is going to let me walk up and just manage them? So I just, right before everything just ended or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Me and my nigga Tommy, Lil Dev, Boot Banger. It was a lot of people. Zay. It was a lot of people in the studio one day, you know what I'm saying? And I just was, everybody was rapping, so I just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just try to make a hook. So me and Tommy started working on this hook or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Right after that, some bullshit happened or whatever. Everything fell apart, you feel me? Now I'm just stuck, like, damn, what am I gonna do? Like, I can't take rap serious, you feel me? People ain't gonna see me as no rapper, like, what the fuck? Like, I ain't no rapper, nigga, like, niggas gonna laugh at me, mad thoughts, you know what I'm saying? So then, all my friends, you feel me? Like, they just kept saying it, like, nigga, like, you just did all that for them, you could do that for yourself, like, go in, you feel me? Take us there, like, you can't give up. Because I always been the outspoken one, I always been the one to, you know what I'm saying, to lead. So all my friends just told me, like, go in, like, you could do it. Like, you could do it yourself. Like, you don't need nobody. You could do it, you know what I'm saying? So, long story short, I got out with my boy D, man. Feel me? And my boy D from Sell Off Court, like, we had Boot Banger House. I'll never forget this day. I made my first couple hooks, you know what I'm saying? So much shit changed, like, and I know, like, some people still gonna look at this interview and this shit crazy, like,
and I never told nobody this, but I'm real, so I'm gonna express this. Like my first song, like I'm in my first session in the studio I ever was. You heard? Let me rephrase this. My first time recording, the first time I ever was in a session, I was with my nigga Chicken. You feel me? I recorded something, a little something out of the studio, whatever. It was a little light, like everybody just was laughing though. It was nothing serious. The first time I ever paid for a session was with my nigga D at Boot Bang House. It was me. This is crazy. This is our life, crazy, man. Me, Boot Banger, D, and 4-5. You feel me? Like, if you from Jersey City and whatever you know, like he is, and you know what I'm saying, like. So we made a song. Like he helped me make my song. I made it. We made a song together. You feel me? So from there, it was just like, all right, I'm out. Like, you know what I'm saying? He had a little bit of clout. He like, fuck it, just post it. We gonna get lit. You know what I'm saying? One thing turns to another. You feel me? Now I'm in a rap game. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't really never make nothing yet. I'm just making like a little hook verse. I can't finish the song yet. You know what I'm saying? So like now going in, maybe like 2-3 weeks later, a month later or so, I'm just still rapping. I'm writing, but I'm writing over all instrumentals. I ain't finding no original beats yet. One day I just was in Bayonne, my big bro 44s, you feel me? Like, I found a beat and we in the laundromat. I keep getting on his nerve, like, yo, this the one, this it. Like, this the one, I can hear it. Like, but I had the beat for so long, I just had it saved. I never listened to it, you feel me? So now I'm just like, yo, this the one. Long story short, I made my hit song, you feel me? Cashed out, like, in Bayonne, just going into myself, you feel me? Like, made the hit song. I got the hook down packed. Me and Fours had a little setup studio in the house, but it wasn't like official yet. So he like, yo, no, we gotta go record that right now. We left the clothes in the laundromat and everything. We slid, went in the house. You heard? I made the hook. Now I made the hook and I put a little bit of verse on it. Now Fours had this big ass speaker. We just listening to this shit all night. I ain't leave Fours' house like 6-7 in the morning. The whole bus ride home. I ain't even go to school the next day. I'm just ride home. Matter of fact, I'm like, hold on. I'm just like, it's school time in the morning. It's just, I'm out early morning. Headphones in, I ain't even nothing. I'm like, this it. Now I go home. Next 2 days, I ain't come outside. I'm writing the verses. I come back outside to the block. Everybody on the block. I rap it. Four's like, man, we going to the studio right now. We walks to the studio. Like, we walk from Bitwell and Ocean. My nigga. All the way to Forest. In the back roads. If you know, if you're from the city, we walk there. You know what I'm saying? Went to my own. I had my boy Chicken had put me on with my engineer, who I work with now, besides my big bro Tracks over here. Carl put me on him. First time really ever meeting him. So I go in there, we get the session done. Like 4 hours. First session, 4 hours. I recorded it, cashed out. I knew it was that from that day, you know what I'm saying? I knew it was over. Like, I knew I was special. I knew I had something to say. I knew, like, it was there, you know what I'm saying? It was just that feeling. You can't explain it. Like, it's that feeling you get, you know what I'm saying? So after that, I dropped the song. On my bro Mark's birthday. Rest in peace to Mark, you know what I'm saying? The plug, I dropped the song on his B-Day for him. This was the plan. I'm like, all right, I'm about to drop this. Feel me? Mark gonna see this shit, like he gonna help me and clear my way for me. You feel me? Like I'm about to go in for the guys. Like drop the song on his B-Day. Now as it's just going and going, shit take over the streets. You feel me? I'm talking about like take over the streets. I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. Like this shit got the streets. Now I'm becoming cashed out. So now it's like I really don't have no more music and nobody don't know this. You heard? I really don't got no more music. You heard? Like I don't have none. I don't know what to do. This is my first time writing a song, anything. So now I'm just like, oh man, I'm about to be fucking suck. I'm about to be a one-hit wonder. Like this shit, just everything happening too fast, you feel me? So then I just kept going, kept writing, kept being consistent, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, like I'm a full-time rapper now, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting shows. I'm living, like life is just everything, you feel me? Then, you know, as my coming into dropping my first mixtape, I lost my little brother, you know what I'm saying? The same night I lost my dropped my mixtape. I lost my brother Newski. So it was like from there everything changed, you know what I'm saying? This became about something way bigger than me, way bigger than everybody, you know what I'm saying? It was like, it was different. It was real different. It was different. It's the first time I really lost like a friend, you know? Like a real friend that I really spent days with,
spent like real times with, you know, like I lost my friend, you know what I'm saying? So it became so much bigger and so much more. I couldn't stop. So I know, like, if you listen to me, you know, and people probably wonder, like, you the first person that's getting this. This is nobody don't get this. But like, I know people look like why the music changed, you feel me? Like right after when times was supposed to be everything, I lost my little brother, you know what I'm saying? And then the war started, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like it just went on. So it wasn't no more sunny days, you know what I'm saying? It was no more fun things to rap about. I didn't see the cars, I didn't see the big houses, I didn't see that. All I seen was my friends on the ground bleeding. My friends, you feel what I'm saying, fighting for their life. My friends, we in war, you know what I'm saying? Shit changed, music changed. So now it's like, everything changed for me. Now I go to this fucking, I don't even know, like shit just started going backwards. I was just getting all these numbers and everything. Now it's like nobody don't listen to me because I started rapping pain, feel me? So I guess it wasn't catchy enough no more, whatever the case may be is, but some people don't know why it changed because life changed, you know what I'm saying? So it was different. But now we here, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's like you sort of kind of answered my next question for you, because I was going to ask you, when was the, like, I was going to say that to you, like, your music did change. I listened to you, you did transition. My next question for you, well, what was the lowest time of your life? And it's like you sort of kind of answered that because you said you lost a real friend, so that's when your life changed, you know. I only had one more question for you, which was, no, two more questions. Why are you naming your album Almost Better?
Alright, look, right? I'm gonna just say thank you to this person for real, cause you know what I'm saying. Like no matter what, like do whatever, always been for me. Feel me? Or always was there when I needed somebody to go to, whatever the case may be. You feel me? Long story short, I had a girl. I was in a relationship. Still my dog though. Don't think that I ain't saying that, but I was in a relationship, whatever. And I seen her on Instagram one day. I went on Instagram and it said the better me in her cat in her bio. Yeah, I stole from you. I seen the better me in the bio. You feel me? So I asked her, I'm like, Mom, what you mean? Like, what's that? Like, what you mean? She had the better me with the note. So I'm like, what you mean? Like, whatever case it be, so she tell me like, the better me. Like, feel me? I'm about to be better type shit. So I took that. I'm like, alright, I'm about to name my mixtape that. I'm like, the better me. Then I'm sitting one day, I'm driving with Dottie and shit, my sister. She like, bro, but you're not the best you yet. You feel me? Like, so you can't just say that. Like, everybody not gonna feel that. Like, that's not like it. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere along down the conversation, we just was like, almost, bro. Like, you almost. I'm like, I'm almost better. Then it just hit me like, like, damn, like, this real shit. Like, I'm almost better. Like, you know, like, it's something that everybody can feel, everybody can relate to. Like, no matter where you at in life, no matter wherever, you could be already rich, you could be already poor. Like, you isn't always room for improvement in your life. So everybody is almost better until we become the best of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole storyline to it, and if you just keep following me and keep seeing what I'm doing, you're gonna eventually see exactly why everything means everything to me, and why I say what I say, and why I do what I do. Like, the better me is coming soon, you know. But right now we almost better, and this deluxe, it's just like an add-on to my previous album that I dropped about a year ago. So, you know, my brother's first year anniversary coming up, Markel. So I'm about to drop the deluxe from Broski. You know, we about to turn up. You know what I'm saying? This year just been hard, so it's like, this been like one of the realest years for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But for me specifically, like, I lost about 12 people this year. I went to about 10 funerals, you know what I'm saying? So it impacted me, it affected me different, you know what I'm saying? So only way I know to express myself and to let this out, like, it's just to express myself through music. And that's why I say, like, I'm almost better. Like, I'm really almost better. It's just like, it's a lot. It's really something to it. Like, until right now, I'm letting y'all know, to Jais, like, thank you. Like, thank you for real. Like, you really, like, you gave me something that I could run with for the rest of my life, you feel me? I don't even know how to ever say thank you enough, like, you feel me? But that's where I got it from, like, got it from my girl, and then we took it from there, and it's just, it went up, like, it went up, and that's what it is now. It's like, we almost better, like, we taking it there, you feel me? Like, we almost better. If you watching this, you almost better. You know what I'm saying? And it's strictly for the fam, you know?
One more question.
For the fam.
Will you see yourself in 5 years from now?
In 5 years from now, I bet. Baby girl gonna be about 11. So we gonna be somewhere like, I don't know, some big shit. She about 11. She need 10 rooms. So now in 5 years, we in some shit that I don't know. You heard, in 5 years, I just know wherever I'm at, my fucking house gonna have like 72 rooms. You heard? Like, I don't know. We wildin' though. In 5 years, I just pray, inshallah, I'll make it to even see tomorrow, the next second, the next minute, and
tomorrow,
in 5 years, whatever Allah has planned for me, that's where I'm gonna be at. But I know, I'm gonna be somewhere in a big ass house, a big ass pool. I'm gonna get a fucking dragon in my pool. You hear me? Real shit. I'm getting an aquarium in my house. As soon as you come in, calm down. Fishes everywhere. You feel me? But you know, like, I'm gonna be somewhere.
Already got a pet goat.
We out. You feel me? Gonna be somewhere with my motherfucking boy Frank Darby. Shout out to my brother Frank Darby. Right, ASU. Going in, you get what I'm saying? Doing his thing out in ASU. Watch out for him. Coming up this year's draft. 5 years, and then we're gonna be fucking somewhere living our life. You heard? Smiling, laughing, crying, whatever, just thinking about all the shit we've been through. But we're gonna be somewhere with a fat ass dog. Somewhere doing some crazy shit. And my daughter account gonna look fucking retarded. And my mama gonna be good, nigga. And that's what we gonna be at in 5 years, you heard? And I'm trying to tell every young nigga out here, and I'm going as much as I can, whoever I can take out with me, I'm taking them. Every young nigga that's in the streets, you feel me? Get your mother out. Get your mother out. Make your family proud, you feel me? I'm telling you, I done seen the world from both sides. Like, I'm 22, but I'm not 22. Like, I done seen so much. Like, I'm telling you, please, if you really watching this, and you really out here, and you really a little kid, just think of this. Listen, I'm 22. I know more people that's dead than my mother age. You hear me? I'm 22. This year alone, I buried half of my age. Just this year. This shit is not worth it. I'm telling you. I got niggas doing life. I niggas that's doing life. They both never coming back. You feel me? They never coming back. You know what I'm saying? So if you watching this and if you tuned in, you know what I'm saying? And just, you gotta really just watch your body, you know what I'm saying? Like, and really know, like, it's more life. There's more shit to do. There's more stuff to see. You know what I'm saying? This shit so real. Come here, Shay B. I just to talk about him. This side is so real, you heard? It's not fabricated, you heard? It's not fabricated. It's so real, you heard? It's so real. He wasn't even supposed to be here. You feel me? But I just want y'all to know, like, you know what I'm saying? Live your life, you know what I'm saying? Like, I lost a lot of my bros. You don't gotta go through that. You don't gotta feel like. Just live your life, you know what I'm saying? Just do you. Stay focused. Don't let these streets get a hold of you. There's a lot of females out here for you. There's a lot of money out here for you. There's a lot of cars, jewelry, and everything else you desire. You know what I'm saying? Just go get it. Don't get trapped in the city. It's ongoing. It never ends. I promise you, you never, ever could win this game. Nobody in life has ever won this game. Go play a game that you could win. Because me and mine, we going to win. Win big. You hear me? Straight up. Thank you, Kay, so much for having me a part of this.
Thank you. Thank
Jersey,
you.
I love you, girl.
12 of the city's most violent offenders were arrested yesterday after police investigated ongoing violence between two rival gangs, a city spokeswoman said. The men, all between the ages of 18 and 31, were arrested during an early morning operation that concluded a 5-month-long investigation, Jersey City spokeswoman Jennifer Morrill said. The arrests were a joint operation between the Jersey City Police Department's Street Crimes Unit, Major Case Squad, Ceasefire Unit, and Criminal Warrants Squad, as well as the Hudson County Sheriff's Department, the Hudson County Prosecutors Gang Unit, New Jersey State Police, and the United States Marshals.
My name is Kenny. A lot of people know me as Benz. I'm from Bill Wild Ocean. I be all through like Wilkes in the Ocean, Bill Wild, Wagner.
Okay. My first question for you today is, how was life for you growing up?
And life for me growing up, it was alright. I definitely had a good life, such as I had both parents, had a grandfather that was more like a father to me. I ain't gonna say I had a silver spoon, but I ain't really need for nothing. I never had a reason to like actually rob or none of that shit. It's just like something that happened coming up in the streets, I say.
All right. As a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
As a kid, see, my mom's worked at the post office, so seeing her go to work every day, hearing how she liked it, I wanted to work at the post office. I used to think about being the CEO as well, but it was derogatory thinking when I was thinking about being CEO, like getting shit in there for my niggas and all that shit. Like, I ain't really had no bad plans growing up to do wrong. So I say like mainly, I just wanted to really get into real estate as well, like be a broker or some shit like that.
All right. My next question for you is, have you ever been to prison or jail?
Yeah, I've been to prison. I did 40 months in prison. I went when I was 18, came home when I was 22, which I came home last year. And as far as jail, like I've been to youth house about 5 times, and I went to the county about 10 times before they actually sent me downstate.
Okay. All right. So during your time in jail and in prison, you learned something. What did you take from it? Everybody learns something. Whenever a good or bad decision that we make, we learn something from it.
What I say is like basically like the people that you running around with, they not really your friends, because when you behind that wall, you doing that time by yourself. People could be there for you mentally, but physically you only there by yourself. So like such as like a lot of people say they gonna hold you down, but financially wise, a lot of people ain't send me shit. Like one person sent me money throughout my whole bid. Other than that, I was holding myself up or my family or whatever was doing that. So I say like embrace who you can embrace. Like not everybody real out here. It's a lot of fake shit going on. And I say like learn from your mistakes, cause like I went to jail. I did 40 months for holding a firearm, like for trying to protect myself out here. So I say like, if you ain't gotta go down that path, don't go down it. Like some niggas out here cause they gotta be out here. Some niggas just choose to be out here, want to be out here. See, I gotta be out here right now, so it's like, if you ain't gotta jump in this life, don't jump in it at all. This shit ain't where it's at.
Okay. My next question for you is, how many times have you been, like you stated, you did 40 months. So in your 40 months, how many times have you seen people go in and out? Like come home and they tell you they playing like, bro, I'm going home, I'm trying to get 100 bands, da-da-da. But in the next 90 days, you seeing them walk back through.
I'll say I seen about 3 people, like, which, like, no foul shit, but I knew they was coming back because they mind thinking, like, they was talking about going home riding for they niggas and shit that they lost. So I seen one, I went down Yardsville, January 2017. By like June 2017, he was back in prison, not on the parole violation, so he had to go through the county and all that. So I say like, he actually went home for like 20-something days, shot somebody and came right back down. So with that being said, it's like, I looked at him as like some dumbass nigga, because there's so much money out here, there's so much shit out here, you had your family waiting for you, it's just a lot with life, like fuck the streets, it's a lot of shit out here, so why would you still want to be coming back and forth to jail? Like, alright, if you're gonna handle what you gotta handle, such as make money, you sell drugs, do that, I don't knock you for nobody hustle, but you gotta have a plan in this shit. I feel as though the niggas that went home and came right back, they ain't had no plan, they was just saying what they was gonna do, they ain't really like go full throttle into what they had to do. They wanted to do that shit, but they didn't go with it. So I say like 3 people I seen do that shit, and I just like, I basically laughed at them supposed to be dumbass, but look where you at and look where everybody else leaving, you coming back in on the new bed. But I'm glad the niggas making it back, though. Hope this time they prosper. That's about it.
Okay. My next question for you is, how do you feel about the jail reform system that they started in the state of New Jersey?
See, I was downstate when they started that shit, so I ain't never actually had to go through it. But I say it's fucked up because, like, why we can't bail out? That's deep right there. You can't bail out. You got all this money sitting around. Yeah, I can't sit here and pay myself to come home and none of that shit. Like, that's fucked up. But then again, for the less fortunate, I feel like it's good because they letting them home, like ROR and them and all that shit. So it's a good and bad. It's a good and bad thing.
Okay. My next question for you is, in the streets, they had a code, and one of the code is, don't snitch, no matter if it's your enemy or no matter if it's your friend. However, now, we're in 2020, and there's more people, you losing to the jail system off of somebody telling. What's your thoughts on it?
I say, like, when you jump off that porch, like, you know what you're signing up for. So, snitching shouldn't even be part of your plan. Like, whatever you do, you did it. Ain't nobody put that shit, put a gun to your head and make you do it. So be a man on that. Stand on what you stand on. Like, don't be no rat out here and try to, like, play the streets, because that's not cool. Like, other people find that shit cool. That's their life. I don't knock you for how you live your life, but don't tell. Like, you got niggas out here actually doing life for rats, like, such as Rara and them. Like, good niggas. Like, niggas that never told solid. They held the hood up. Niggas told on him, got my boy at 20, he just did 10 years. Why would you tell on that man? Just so you could, and he home now, the nigga I told, like, just so you could come home quicker when you played the part, and once you played the part, and like, that's fucked up. So I say just don't rat, like, don't snitch. If you know you gonna snitch or you know you ain't built for this shit, jump out the streets. Can't nobody judge you. If you a regular nigga and you tellin', but if you sit here playing by the street code and you act like you like that, and you tell, like that's foul play. Like, you bugging out here. You just need to go ahead and kill yourself or some dumb shit.
Okay. My last question for you is, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years, where I see myself, I say like PA with the white picket fence type shit, like with my family. I should actually see myself there in like 4 more months. Hopefully, inshallah, I jump out the streets. By then, I did what I had to do. So I'm trying to jump out now before I do end up dead or some dumb shit, locked back up. So 5 years, I'm really like, I got a plan to be in real estate. I got my auction license to sell cars. Like, I definitely got a plan to be somewhere successful in 5 years, such as being my own boss. Like, I don't think I ever want to work for somebody. I never had a job. I don't knock people that do have jobs, but I want to be like, I want to be the one passing out paychecks in 5 years. So hopefully 5 years, I want to know how much a bag of dope costs no more, how much apes costs, none of that shit. I'm trying to be somewhere living good.
That's what's up. Would you like to give out any shout outs?
Yeah, I'd say shout out to like everybody that's in the system that didn't tell. Shout out Rara, Steve-O, Shotty, niggas that didn't tell, good niggas. Shout out like everybody that's being 100 out here. Like right now it's like this shit fucked up. The hood fucked up. There ain't too many solid niggas left. So if you're a real one, I definitely salute you. Like, just shout out to everybody like that's going through what they going through. Hopefully y'all make it out. Them trials and tribulations ain't gonna last forever.